Hello students, in the today's lecture we are going to deal with a topic for the chapter Ionic Equilibrium. The topic name is buffer solution. Now buffer is a very common word which we have been listening very oftenly, but then buffer, what you know when we read it while downloading a video, is different than buffer word used in chemistry. Okay, now we generally say buffer also in common English, a buffering time, or do you have a buffer? Now what does that mean? Backup plan. Okay, generally a buffer in normal English is used as a word backup. Okay, so somewhat same role it plays in chemistry also. Now we have many of the components which we use on daily basis whose pH is either acidic or basic, and these components we do not prepare and use it immediately. We have lots many preservatives, we have lots many food items which are ready to eat. They have some or the other acidic components or some or the other basic components. If we keep them like that for a long, it may happen that due course of time, because of the changes of temperature, because of the change of weather, its acidic component or basic component can hamper, resulting into the quality of the food, resulting into the taste of the food, resulting into the flavor, resulting into the smell. It may change, and because of which the quality definitely the cost of that given food item will hamper. Okay, so generally for preserving the things and not allowing all these properties to get hampered, the component which we use is called buffer. Now let us see the definition. Buffer solution is defined as a solution which resists drastic changes in pH when a small amount of strong acid or strong base or water is added to it. Means buffer makes a point that due to some reason, if there is a small amount of strong acid added or a small amount of strong base added or water added, they does not hamper the pH of the solution. Okay, important is the amount should be small. If the amount is very large, then buffer will not be a person or be a component to control the pH. Okay, it will control the pH only when the amount of acid or base added is small. Okay, so pH controller due to small amount of strong acid or strong base or water is done by buffer. Okay, so that is buffer solution. Now depending upon our components, we use different types of buffer. The first type of buffer solution we have, that is acidic buffer solution. Acidic buffer solution is generally prepared which contains a weak acid and its salt with strong base. I repeat again, it is a solution containing weak acid and its salt with strong base. So for example, if I have a solution of acetic acid which is a weak acid and its salt of strong base means sodium acetate, then they together will result into formation of acidic buffer. Okay, so acidic buffer for this will be having a solution of weak acid, acetic acid, and its salt of strong base, that is sodium acetate. Okay, so by making these two mixtures together, we will get acidic buffer. Now acidic buffer's pH is given by one formula, and that formula or that equation is called Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. That equation helps us to calculate pH of acidic buffer. It is the formula pH is equals to pKa plus log to the base 10 concentration of salt upon concentration of acid. Okay. Now what is pH? We have already told you before. Concentration of salt and acid will be given. How do we get pKa? pKa will be getting by a formula minus log to the base 10 of Ka. Ka I have introduced before, that is nothing but acid dissociation constant. Okay, so by knowing acid dissociation constant value, you could find out pKa, and once we know the concentration of salt and acid, we can put it into this formula and find out the pH of our acidic buffer. Okay, so that is the first type of buffer, acidic buffer. The second type of buffer we have, that is basic buffer solution. Now in basic buffer solution, it will be a solution containing a weak base and its salt with strong acid. Means in this the combination will be different. In the previous the combination was weak acid and its salt of strong base. Now it is weak base and its salt of strong acid. For this, suppose if I take an example of a solution containing ammonium hydroxide, which is a weak base, and its salt of strong base, that is ammonium chloride. So when we have an equal proportion of these two in a mixture form, then that will result into basic buffer. Now when I have to find out the pH of this, then the pH of this compound could not be found directly because it is a basic buffer. So first we will find out its pOH. Again, for this we will be making use of our Henderson-Hasselbalch equation, which is given by pOH is equals to pKb plus log to the base 10 concentration of salt upon concentration of base. Compared to the acidic buffer equation, two things have changes in this. Here it is pKb in place of pKa, and in this it is concentration of base in place of concentration of acid. So by using these two things we will find pOH. pKb is again the same thing, it will be minus log to the base 10 of Kb. Kb here it is base dissociation constant. Okay, so once we calculate pOH, then by using a formula pH plus pOH is equals to 14. Whatever pOH value I calculate by this equation, that if I subtract from 14, then I will get pH value for basic buffer. Okay, so I repeat again, the basic buffer's pH value could not be found directly. So for that, first we will find it out its pOH value, and that pOH value we will subtract from 14 so as to get our pH value. Now after knowing the two types of buffer solution, acidic buffer and basic buffer, let us see how does it roll or how does it play the role in controlling the pH. That is, let us see its buffer action, or sometimes it is also called as buffer mechanism. Now for this, let us consider an example of sodium acetate and acetic acid buffer. Means we are taking an example of acidic buffer. Okay, now in this case our sodium acetate, as it is a salt of weak acid strong base, since it is a strong electrolyte, it dissociates completely in water, producing a large concentration of acetate ion. Okay, so as it dissociates completely, we will show it in a irreversible arrow. Okay, so the first step is our sodium acetate will dissociate completely to give us large concentration of acetate ion and Na plus ions. Once this given electrolyte, strong electrolyte dissociates, what will be the next step? The next step will be our acetic acid, which is a weak acid. So the concentration of this undissociated molecules, because it is weak acid, it will not dissociate completely, so is usually high. How will it be usually high? Our acetate ion will combine with our H plus ions and form acetic acid. Okay, this because it is irreversible. Why is it irreversible? Because it is a weak acid, it will not further undergo dissociation, and if it undergoes dissociation, the quantity of dissociation will be very less. So in this, our acetic acid molecules will be very high. So in case in the given solution, if I add a small portion of acid, then this small portion of acid which generates H plus ion will be consumed by large portion of our acetate ion, so as to form undissociated acetic acid molecule. Okay, so our small amount of acid added will be taken care by a large concentration of acetate ion. Okay, now suppose if in the same acidic buffer we add a small portion of base, so it will generate OH minus ions. Now who will take care of this OH minus ion? OH minus ions added will be taken care by your undissociated acetic acid molecules, because this acetic acid will combine with OH minus ion to form acetate ion and water molecule. So again, by this reaction, it will neutralize the effect of the small base added. Okay, and by this reaction, it will neutralize the attack of the small acid added. Okay, so I repeat again, the small acid added will be neutralized by a large concentration of acetate ion, and a small base added will be neutralized by a large concentration of acetic acid. Okay, so this is how acetate buffer or acetic buffer will be allowing to restrict the change of pH due to addition of small acid or due to addition of small base. Okay, so this is what we need to answer when they ask us explain the mechanism of buffer or explain acidic action of buffer. Okay, in this, along with the given reaction, we have to mention the reaction into the form of statements. Okay, so that is very important. The question can come for 3 marks, or sometimes it can come for 2 marks also. Okay, so this is explaining us that the acid or the base added cannot change the concentration of H plus or concentration of OH minus. As it does not change its concentration, the pH of the buffer remains unchanged. Okay. Third point, what will happen if we add water molecule? Dilution also does not affect the pH of buffer. Why so? Because the concentration ratio term in the equations will remain same. Okay, it is not going to alter the concentration, and as it does not alter the concentration, the dilution will not change the pH of the buffer action. Okay, so that is what is important. How does buffer plays a role? It plays a role by allowing to neutralize the excess of acid added, or by allowing to neutralize the excess of base added, or by allowing to bring the action of water added, that is dilution, to 0. Okay, so by these 3 ways it allows to restrict the change in pH.